Hi guys, Rachael Cook, Doctor of Audiology at Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you why Walmart Health is calling it quits on hearing healthcare. Coming up. Walmart, the most widely known one-stop shop in the United States, is a shopping supercenter generating nearly $611 billion in revenue last year alone. That revenue comes from your ability to purchase nearly anything there, including clothing, electronics, personal care, home and garden items, groceries, and more. Over the last 30 years, Walmart has expanded their already extensive options, including things like vision centers, hair salons, and most recently, the addition of Walmart Health. While currently available in 32 independent centers across 5 states, Walmart Health plans to expand to nearly 80 centers in 7 states by the end of 2024. First launching in 2019, Walmart Health offers urgent care, x-rays and labs, dental and optometry services, primary and behavioral health, and even hearing healthcare until now. Confirmed in an email to hearingtracker.com, Walmart Health Centers will cease to offer hearing services to their patients after August 26th of 2023. And while it may come as a shock to their current patients, large corporations pulling away from hearing healthcare seems to be a growing trend in the increasingly unstable hearing aid market. This news comes only a couple of years after another retail giant in the drugstore space, CVS, added hearing centers to select Texas and Ohio locations in 2015, with plans to expand nationally in 2017. After shelling out millions of dollars on store renovations and hiring staff, employees were told over a conference call in 2019 that CVS would be closing all of its hearing aid clinics, leaving thousands of their hearing aid patients stranded without anywhere to go. Their reasoning? The changing hearing aid market, including the looming introduction of over-the-counter hearing aids and the increasing ability of consumers to be able to self-program their own devices. In a similar fashion, Sam's Club, a large membership-only big box retailer that's owned by Walmart and that also offers hearing services, shut down 63 locations in 2018, also leaving thousands without follow-up care. Are you starting to notice a trend here? But the list of big names continues, with one of the most well-known electronics brands, Bose, entering and leaving the hearing aid space after only a few years. The Bose sound control hearing aids were launched in May of 2021 after several delays due to ongoing legislation surrounding over-the-counter, prescription, and direct-to-consumer hearing devices. After barely a year, Bose announced in July of 2022 that they would be licensing their hearing aid technology to Lexi Hearing at the urging of McKinsey & Company in order to focus on their core consumer electronics and laying off nearly 245 employees in the process. These major moves beg the question, why are these billion-dollar companies with access to the best research and development, marketing, and business strategy in the world choosing to step away from the hearing aid business? But before I answer that question, if you could please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up, it really helps out our channel in bringing videos like these to a much wider audience. While you're at it, please take a second to hit that subscribe button with notification bell so that you never miss any one of our newly released videos. Now, the first reason that I believe that we see these major giants stepping away from the hearing aid business and hearing healthcare space overall is due to the fact that far too much emphasis is being placed on the product and not on the person. They don't realize that what they should be selling is high quality service, not just another hearing aid that can be purchased anywhere. While companies race to develop the latest and greatest, considerable resources have been spent on rechargeability, Bluetooth streaming, app controls, and sizing down hearing aids. This focus certainly drives innovation, without much attention to the care that's being delivered and if people are actually hearing their best. These buzzword offerings get customers interested in the product, but performance often falls flat, especially when the person programming or using these devices isn't able to land on settings to meet their hearing needs. Hearing loss is highly individual, and the level of care that each person needs will depend on their own circumstances and goals. New and exciting features, while incredible for hearing aid users, only matter if they're important to you and are enabled in a way to help improve your hearing. In many instances of dissatisfaction, blame is placed on the product itself rather than the way it was programmed, how one was instructed to use it, or without counseling on realistic expectations. This can lead to significant levels of product returns without future purchases, tanking revenue and profits. Not to mention that patient outcomes suffer tremendously when the focus transforms from hearing healthcare into hearing retail. Another reason we will continue to see retail clinics and their offerings leave the hearing aid market is due to their failure to factor in high-quality follow-up care. Hearing treatment is a continuous journey that requires the investment of both time and money from the patient and the provider. No two people have the same hearing, medical history, circumstances, needs, or values. In addition to individual differences, a large majority of hearing loss is permanent in nature, changing in severity, frequency region, and even between ears over time. In the commoditization of hearing healthcare, hearing aids have been increasingly treated as a retail product rather than medical treatment. But the typical retail experience of buying a product and going on your way doesn't really apply in the hearing healthcare space. To begin with hearing treatment, many individuals will require direct one-on-one support in order to be successful with using and maintaining their devices. Not only can your hearing or your needs change over time, your hearing aids may also wear down over time, requiring maintenance or repairs. All of these considerations require staff, office space, management softwares, and most importantly, time. This type of continual follow-up care and servicing, especially in a medical context, is a foreign concept in the retail space and one that likely took these companies by major surprise. An increasing misconception that has now cost businesses millions, if not billions of dollars. Hearing healthcare is not as simple as selling a pair of hearing aids and sending someone on their way. The third, and likely the biggest reason why we see major companies leaving the hearing healthcare space is because they refuse to follow best practices. Comprehensive best practice care includes a laundry list of evidence-based procedures in order to diagnose, measure, and verify hearing ability, hearing aid function, and hearing performance. Research estimates that fewer than 30% of audiologists and hearing aid dispensers in private practice follow comprehensive best practices, so we can only assume that that number is even lower in the retail space. Due to time and staffing constraints, you would be lucky to see even a couple of these best practice procedures completed during these brief appointment windows. Even then, most retail clinics employ dozens of hearing aid dispensers or audiologists, meaning you're seeing a new face each time you're back for service. While retail providers may be licensed professionals, most have only limited time to work with you before they need to see their next appointment. Having limited time or refusing to follow best practices results in poor quality control and dissatisfied patients. This leads to an increased rate of follow-ups and returns. But because these best practice procedures generally take a considerable amount of time, resources, and knowledge to complete correctly, these are typically the very first things that are cut in your treatment plan. As a result, it's no surprise that people are looking for better products, better providers, and a better overall experience in order to help them hear their best. In fact, that is exactly why Dr. Cliff Olson started the Hearing Up Network to help people looking for providers that will only deliver the highest quality of care while following comprehensive best practices. If you're looking to level up your hearing treatment, be sure to check out hearingup.com for a list of approved providers in your area who can help you hear your best. Overall, big corporations are in for a rude awakening if they continue to try to fit hearing healthcare into the same retail model that they use for other products. Hearing healthcare is just too individualized and takes too much time to be relegated to a simple transaction. While large retailers are often praised for their bargain pricing, Prepare to answer for what you risk by getting a good deal on hearing aids and services. That's it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with someone that you feel could use it. And if you didn't earlier, take a second to hit that subscribe button with notification bell so that you never miss any one of our newly released videos.